Brahma Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvavastam Gatopiva Yasmaded Pundarikaksham Sabhayabhyantara Suchi Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. Whether one is pure or not pure, or even having passed through all situations of life, one who remembers the beautiful lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of Godhead is purified internally and externally. I am very grateful to all the assembled devotees. My special gratitude to all the counselors who have given so much of your lives to uplift these devotees by giving them the gift of Krishna consciousness. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu compared himself to a fruit vendor, and the fruits were Krishna prema. He said, I have limitless fruits, but only 2 hands to distribute them. He was requesting and speaking about how dear anyone will be who assists him in distributing these fruits. Our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, in such an unprecedented way, he circled the world over 11 times in just a matter of 11 years, distributing these fruits. And when we asked him, how can we repay you for what you have given us? Srila Prabhupada replied, receive what I've given you by carefully following my instructions. And share this gift with others. This was Lord Chaitanya's message. Just receive the gift of love of God and share it with others. As many people as possible. It may be with our children, our husband or wife, our mother and father, maybe with our classmates, or it may be traveling the whole world. But in whatever way we are sincere to follow the path of bhakti and to inspire and enlighten others to follow the path of bhakti, that is how we show our gratitude. And according to how we show our gratitude, that is how we will progress and how we will be empowered to help others progress. Ye gatamam prapadyante tamstataiva bhajamya. Krishna says that as one surrenders to me, I reciprocate accordingly and reveal myself. Gratitude is a very essential element of surrender. It is not a theory. It is a state of consciousness, and it is a way of life. Srila Prabhupada He taught us that the very basis of everything he was giving us was his gratitude to his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And what was the nature of that gratitude? When he was just a young man of 25, he received the mercy of his Guru Maharaj and the instruction to spread the teachings of Lord Chaitanya all over the world in English language. 43 years later, he was still meditating on how to express his gratitude to his Guru. That historic passage on Jaladuta, all the trials of establishing this movement. It was an example of such a high level of surrender, of love, that was an expression of gratitude. For Srila Prabhupada to express his gratitude to his Guru was through making his order his life and soul, and to share it with others. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Krishna descends to this world because he is merciful to fallen souls who are suffering. From the highest planet to the lowest, which means any situation that is possible in this world. It is a situation of either active or imminent misery. Dukkalayam ashashvatam. Because everything is temporary. Everyone we know, everyone we love, everyone we don't know or don't love. Time does not discriminate. Everyone must grow old, everyone must get diseased, and everyone will die. And all things in this world, inevitably, whatever it may be, will perish. For the residents of the spiritual world, the sun planet in our universe, it's just like a match that goes on and blows out. We don't see too much significance in a match. Do people still use matches in this day? I don't know, maybe they have digital matches or something. I'm behind in the times. But we're thinking the sun is lasting so long, but it's going to disappear. It's going to lose all of its potency. And what to speak of all of us, our strength, our abilities, our intelligence. It's all the property of Krishna. The entire material existence is Krishna's energy. Maya Dyakshena Prakriti. It all belongs to Krishna. And therefore it is sacred. The energy is eternal. But the nature of the energy, all the manifestations within the external energy are temporary. But beyond this external energy of the 8 elements, aparenyam mitashtvanyam, is the jiva, the eternal soul, which is the tatashta shakti. It's the spiritual energy of the Lord. Satchidananda, part and parcel of Krishna. Eternal, full of knowledge and filled with happiness. That is the nature of life itself. We are part of Krishna. Spiritual energy. Krishna describes at the very beginning of his teachings, Nahanyate hanyamane sarite. For the soul, there is no such thing as death. Najayate mriyate. And there's no birth. But we are tatashta in the sense that the spiritual parts of Krishna are always under the control of Krishna. And we have the free will to be controlled either by Krishna's love or to be controlled by Krishna's external energy, Maya. Material existence is apparently limitless living entities, spiritual parts of Krishna with the potential to be eternally happy with Krishna, who are under the misconception, I am this body, I am this mind, and all these designations are mine. Therefore inevitably suffering. If Krishna is the proprietor of everything, even in a worldly sense, if somebody takes what belongs to you and calls it their own, the government would call that a thief. If someone, what is those copyright laws where you take what somebody else has done and you take credit for it? Huh? That's a criminal offense. If somebody's very famous and we're very disturbed by that, we want that fame. It's called envy. So the living beings in this world are stealing from God. They're envious of God. They're taking credit for what God is giving and doing. Now, if someone did that to you, repeatedly, constantly, you would probably want to keep a distance from them. That's nature. But Krishna remains as the Paramatma within our heart. He never leaves us. He's a big Swaraj. He could do anything he likes. He's fully independent. Why doesn't he leave our heart? Why doesn't the Paramatma just leave the Jivatma? I want nothing. For millions of births you've been doing these things against me. I'm finished. Divorce. But Krishna remains in our hearts. And yada yada hi dharmasya. Again and again and again he descends from the spiritual world just to remind us of who we really are and what we really want. When Krishna tells Aham bija pradapita, I am the seed-giving father, I am the mother of all living entities. Such loving father and mother. When Vibhishan came to Ram to surrender, and Sugriva and the others said, no, we should reject him, punish him. He's Ravana's brother. Ram said, even if Ravana comes, after all he's done, if he comes to surrender, I will accept him and protect him. That is the Lord. Dina hina yata chilo harinamu tadilo tara sakshi jagai madai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's distributing the holy name of Krishna. Because the holy name of Krishna is the means by which we can associate directly with Krishna, become purified, and awaken love for Krishna. What an example. He gave love of Godhead to Jagai and Madai. He killed Ravana, Lord Ram. Nrsingadev killed Hiranyakashipu. But that same demoniac power and personalities, Lord Chaitanya gave them love of God. How? By inspiring them to join the association of devotees and chant Krishna and Sri Radha's holy names. So that is the nature of Karuna Sindhu, Krishna who is ocean of mercy. And Srila Rupa Goswami describes that Lord Chaitanya is Krishna, but he's more merciful than Krishna. Lord Chaitanya is Krishna giving Krishna. He's taking the role of a devotee with all humility, teaching us how to love Krishna. Nityananda Prabhu is the supreme spiritual master of all spiritual master. Balarama, he takes joy in his supreme, unlimited spiritual strength. But he appears along with Lord Chaitanya, begging door to door, even willing to be insulted and be attacked violently. Just take the name of Krishna. I haven't come this time to punish you. I've come to invite you back to the spiritual world. Take Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Whether we are pure or impure. And for most of us, the second part applies. But even if we're completely pure, still, we need to always remember Krishna. But when we're impure, it's the means by which we become purified. Pure or impure, or even having passed through all situations of life. This particular statement is very important on the day of initiation to meditate on, even while passing through all situations of life. happiness, distress, honor, dishonor, pleasure, pain, health, disease, gain, loss, having a newborn child, or losing the one you love so much, success, failure, victory or defeat. Jatayu was victoriously defeated. And in this world, we see people who are defeated in their victory. What is victory? It's pleasing Krishna. Samsadhyarhaditoshanam. If Krishna is pleased at this moment with how I'm trying to serve him, then we are victorious. Doesn't matter what the world says. And if we're displeasing Krishna, then we're being defeated by Maya. But this particular statement is telling that whether in the material sense as we're passing through life we appear to be victorious or defeated, matra sparashastu kaunteya. Krishna tells we must continue to be regular in our service. We must tolerate the positive and negative dualities that inevitably come into our life. Because we understand our happiness is in serving, in pleasing. And that comes by remembering Krishna. And this verse is not just saying remembering the beautiful lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pundarikaksha. Krishna's lotus eyes are not only the most beautiful thing for the soul to witness. It's the source of all. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita that all the wonderful things in this world that we're attracted to are just a spark of his splendor. When Krishna's lotus eyes gaze upon us, there's nothing more attractive. So Krishna's eyes are not only the most beautiful thing to see, but in one sense more important for us. Those lotus eyes are always looking at us, seeing what we say. And Krishna could hear through his eyes too. His lotus eyes hear every word we speak. His lotus eyes are witnessing every thought that comes to our mind and how we choose to respond to that thought. And in this way we become purified internally and externally. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he taught Rupa Goswami that the human life is so very, very rare. Out of so many species of life, human life is very small. And in this human life, to come in contact with Krishna or his representative, the spiritual master, is the greatest of all fortunes. It's not a fortune that we could deserve. Guru Krishna Prasade Bhai. It's only possible by the mercy of Krishna in our heart and our Guru. They give us the seed of the Bhakti Lata. Bhakti Lata Bija. And when we come in contact with that seed of Bhakti, then it is, Krishna will reciprocate according to how we cultivate that seed. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes the 9 processes of devotional service, primarily Shravanam Kirtanam. Hearing and chanting is the water that nourishes that seed of devotion. But while we're watering that seed, it is very important that we recognize that many weeds will grow along with it. And unless we're hearing very sincerely in the association of devotees, by the power of Maya, that which is not. Srila Prabhupada would translate Maya as that which is not. It's the illusory energy, but this is a very important element. We're thinking the weed is the seed, inevitably. And therefore, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu especially emphasizes the nature of these weeds, pratishta, the desire for recognition, the desire for fame, the sensory desires for enjoyments. Most of what is promoted as the goals of life trying to attract us in this world is Maya's way of saying the weed is the seed. They almost sound the same. Weed, seed. Sanskrit, it may not be like that. But it's especially true for those who speak English. And we will undoubtedly, even in the name of serving Krishna, in the name of pleasing our gurus, we will water the weeds. And we're thinking we're making spiritual progress. We're even thinking we're very great. But we don't recognize the weed will strangle the seed of devotion. So yes, we need to hear attentively. Srila Prabhupada would tell us, if you have the capacity to read these books, discuss them. We come to Bhagavad Gita class, Srimad Bhagavatam class. Now with technology, we could listen, it's just in so many ways to Hari Katha. But it's very important. And without the association of devotees, it's very, very difficult to actually properly hear about Krishna. Rupa Goswami describes association of devotees as foundational to following the processes of bhakti. And hearing and chanting in that association is the basis of that association. So upon the day of initiation, we are committing ourselves. We are making promises. we are performing a samskara, which is meant to have a very deep, lasting impression in our minds, in our hearts, and in our lives. That we are committed. Committed to what? To being a disciple. Disciple comes from discipline. Discipline means tapasya, tapo divyam bhutra gayena sattvam. Tapasya doesn't just mean saying no. It means while we say no to that which, while we say no to the influence of the weed, we must simultaneously say yes to what is of interest to the seed. And this is a very special emphasis of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yukta Vairagya. Real discipline is to accept what's favorable for devotional service and to reject what is unfavorable for devotional service. To engage the same material element in Krishna's service spiritualizes that element. If we have intelligence to make ourselves famous, then that's watering the weed. If we're using our intelligence to make Krishna and the acharyas famous, that same intelligence becomes spiritually nourishing. For using our wealth, our resources, our abilities, in a way that's disconnected from pleasing Krishna. That is Maya. So we want to pray and humble ourselves to actually be sincere disciples in this way. And Srila Prabhupada, repeating the great acharyas, told us, what is the qualification of a true guru? Some people will say a true guru is God. Guru can never be God. We are always part of God. A true guru is a true disciple. And how Srila Prabhupada emphasized this, because it's so essential for us to comprehend. He said, my only qualification, I'm simply carrying out the order of my spiritual master and giving to you what I have received. And Lord Chaitanya, in the role of a devotee, he only began the Sankirtan movement when his guru, Sripad Ishwara Puri, ordered him to chant the holy names and to spread the holy names all around. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Swayam Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam, the source of all incarnations. And Sri Radharani is the original Lodini Shakti, the source of all goddesses of fortune, the source of all consorts of the Lord, the source of all energies of the Lord. And yet, he's accepting a guru, offering humble service. and carrying out his order as a disciple. So when we take these vows of no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, no meat eating, these are weeds, very prominent. But we must understand that beyond that, Lord Chaitanya tells Rupa Goswami, very great emphasis, fault finding is a great weed. And we're given, and we recite at initiation, the 10 offenses to the holy names. And the first is to blaspheme devotees who are dedicated to spreading the holy names of the Lord. So being a disciple means in this way, we perform the tapasya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when that one Brahmin came to him begging forgiveness, he said, I have blasphemed your devotees. I blasphemed you, and I blasphemed your devotees. I was thinking, who could be a Vaishnav? This is all pretending. But now I understand I've done the wrong thing. Please instruct me. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave simple instruction. He said, when your mouth drinks poison, it causes great pain, death. When the mouth drinks nectar, it brings about great happiness and immortal life. Criticizing others is drinking poison with your mouth. Glorifying Krishna and the devotees is drinking nectar. He said, just stop drinking poison and drink nectar. And then Mahaprabhu said, I promise anyone who does this, I will give love for Krishna. So difficult. It's actually very difficult because we're so conditioned. But all of these is the ways, the essential ways in which we discipline ourselves. Krishna tells in Gita, Sarvasya Chaham Hridishani Vashto, that he's in the heart and he's the source of remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So when we're told to always remember Krishna, we have no power to remember Krishna. But we do have the power to choose to try and to be sincere and to please Krishna. And Krishna gives us that remembrance. And if we're not sincere, if we're not striving to please Krishna, then we have no power to remember Krishna properly. Krishna is the source of forgetfulness. So today, for those of you who are accepting initiation, it is a beautiful ceremony where you are, through the sincerity of your intent, to follow the instructions of the spiritual masters. Srila Prabhupada, our ultimate guru of ISKCON, our Diksha guru, our Shiksha gurus. We are committing ourselves that whatever may happen in this world, I'm going to remain faithful. And trying to apply that commitment to our life is an essential element of what we call sincerity. And if there was anything Srila Prabhupada would beg us to do, it was to be sincere. In fact, in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada quotes from Lord Chaitanya's teachings to Srila Sanatana Goswami that pure love of God is very rare. Prema bhakti. Muktanam abhisiddhanam narayana parayana sudurlabha prasantatma koteshvapi mahamune. What is it that we are being given? The pleasures of this world come and go. A transcendentalist simply doesn't care about it. Karmakanda. The yogis, they are very strict to achieve siddhas. But they can't really be prasanta. They can't really be happy or peaceful. Because there's a motivation. And those in Jnana Yoga who actually attain the level of mukti, liberation, they cannot really be happy. And the yogis who actually achieve those mystical cities, but Narayana Parayana, only the unmotivated, uninterrupted devotee who loves Krishna, Narayan, can truly be happy. Krishna prema is the ultimate supreme gift. And Krishna, by his own sweet will, agrees to be subordinate to the love of a devotee. Spontaneously. That's the power of Krishna's love. Sri Radha is the supreme lover. Krishna is the supreme beloved. As part and parcel of Krishna, we have a particle of that love within us. And when that love is manifested in a pure state, Krishna becomes subordinate to that love. Therefore, it is very rare that Krishna gives it. But for one who is sincere, for one who is serious, and for one who does not have ulterior motives, Krishna easily gives this love. That is the opportunity Srila Prabhupada has given us. That is the opportunity that each of us have been entrusted with. So please be sincere. Be disciplined in this way. Be grateful. Strive to surrender in our gratitude. To try to please Krishna in every situation. And with all of our faults, and knowing whoever we have faith in, we may also perceive many faults. Those things are not important. What is important is the sincerity of our intent to be a servant of a servant of a servant of the Lord. And in this spirit, to be enthusiastic to hear about Krishna, whether we feel it or not. And to be enthusiastic to take shelter of striving to be absorbed in the chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, We have wonderful community. We have a local community, a national community, an international community. That was Srila Prabhupada's mercy. But the wonder of the community and its giving pleasure to Krishna is based on how each and every member of the community is sincerely striving to represent Srila Prabhupada, our Guru Parampara, and Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Thakur. On this day, I am very grateful to all of the counselors, mentors. What are some of the other names you use? Shiksha Gurus. And I'm so grateful to each and every one of you who are coming forward today to make this commitment. In the commitment, we are being connected to the mercy, the grace of every member of our Guru Parampara. Whether we feel it or recognize it, that becomes deeper and deeper as we become purified. But along with that connection, which is causeless mercy upon us, comes a responsibility. A responsibility among each other and to the world to be striving to actually represent the spirit of bhakti that we have been given. I'm very grateful to all of you, and I'm sincerely grateful that you are giving me such a great blessing in serving you by trying to inspire you in your devotional service. What can I do that will please Srila Prabhupada more? And you are blessing me with that opportunity. Thank you. And by how you treat one another and how together you share this bhakti with the world, Srila Prabhupada will shower more and more blessings upon you. And then when we come here to the temple, today we're at Sri Sri Radha Gopinath's temple, we will understand the gift of the love of Vrindavan, the highest revelation of spiritual enlightenment. Beyond even Vaikuntha. We're sitting there, we're sitting in Radha Gopinath's abode. We may be experiencing some of the challenges of material existence. That's why we have air conditioning. It's the spiritual world with or without air conditioning. Because Radha Gopinath are here. They're performing their Leela right before our eyes. Goloka Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada writes this, all of our temples are non-different than Goloka Vrindavan. But to realize that requires Sincerity requires being grateful to reciprocate with the mercy we are receiving. Thank you very much.